You guys introduce yourselves.
I'm Matt, the lead singer.
I'm Matt, the bassist.
I'm David, I play guitar.
I'm Sean, I play guitar.
I'm Mike, I play drums.
Okay. So, how long have you guys been a band, and how did everyone meet?
We've been a band since September 2011, maybe a little earlier before that, but when we actually came up with the name and were doing stuff, I would say September 2011, so about a little bit over 5 years now.
And we all met through just knowing each other for years. I've known Mikey for almost all my life, and then meeting these guys through Mikey and all of our mutual friends.
Different bands too, we all saw each other playing in different bands, and for me at least it was like I picked out which ones I thought were, really caught my attention, had the skill and talent.
Yeah, we're from another band in Tucson called Within a Dream, and the original guitarist of this band, we're also in a band with him there, and he said he's on tour right now, so he just threw us on this little tour saying, hey, can you fill in for me? So, hey, I'm down.
That man's busy, so he said, hey, you guys want to sound fat on Message to the Masses tour? Let's go give 2 guitarists, and I'm going to go do my thing.
Okay, so you guys just signed to Artery Recordings. How did that come about? What was your initial reaction when it was official?
So pretty much we've been working with my friend Marcus Eden. He's a photographer and or videographer, whatever you want to call it, either or. But he's been a good friend of mine, and we decided to shoot a music video with him. Our first music video was "Open Your Eyes," and we did it up in Phoenix with him. We happened to do some fire, some dark stuff, kind of like a creepy carnival vibe. And he happened to be friends with Shan, which is now the president of Artery Recordings. And I guess he was watching us after Marcus just happened to show him the music video because they were talking about fire and stuff like that. He's like, oh, check this out. I did a band, it's fire in the music video. And then he liked what he heard, and eventually I think what happened was he was watching us for months and then sent us an email saying, hey, can you send me more music? And we just happened to record an EP with Matt Good, and we sent him the whole EP, and about a week later he goes, I want to sign you guys. And our first reaction when we got that initial email from him saying like, hey, send me more music, we thought it was fake because we're like, oh my gosh, like it's the president of Artery, like Recordings. What are we gonna, this can't be real.
Yeah, just something like, oh, it's too good to be true.
Yeah, and we did we looked up on Google, looked up everything, and I'm like, yeah, this is the guy, like he's real. And and then we said yes to the deal, and ever since then it's been awesome.
Okay, so Means to an End, your newest EP just came out. How did the production go, and what is your favorite track on the EP? Go, everyone.
For me, the production, it was just pretty much like these 5 songs were, I think, like the best songs we had at the time. We decided that it's time to put some music out there, go to a really nice studio, and just do it right. So the guy that's not here, Matty Hoffman, the guitarist of our band, he kind of just writes a bunch of songs, and then he'll send it to us, and then we talk and discuss what we want to do. Our drummer Mikey, he also wrote one of the songs, Scars, and we kind of do the same thing. It's just pretty much like somebody in the band will make the song, pass it over if we like it, then we start messing with it. And those 5 just came to be, and we went to go record with Matt Good up in Tempe, and that's Means to an End right there. My favorite song is probably, I'd say live, Open Your Eyes, but just listening to, I'd say Blood and Bones.
Live, I would agree, Open Your Eyes, but just listening to it, just the depth and the darkness of the vial.
For me, I agree. Listening-wise, the Vial's probably one of my favorites. I love heavy music like that, but jamming-wise, it's really a tough between Open Your Eyes and Scars. I really love those 2 songs. The energy live is really intense. I like it.
My favorite song on the album is probably Love's Last Dance, just because of the polarity it has between that and the single Open Your Eyes. I mean, Open Your Eyes is definitely one of the like best energies live.
Eye opener.
But Love's Last Dance gives more of a, I don't know, it shows the fluidity of the band, how they can kind of bounce back from being this really heavy, dark thing to, I don't know, something a little bit more personal.
I like playing Open Your Eyes and Blood and Bones every time we do our set. But as far as listening wise, I love Scars because I love what Matt did vocally with that. So yeah.
Scars has a really good energy, has a really good build up. That's for sure.
Was there any type of concept given to the album, or it was just kind of?
I mean, since it's an EP, and like we didn't really know what was gonna happen once we released it, so it was kind of just like, I would say like a sampler of what we sound and what we can sound like, what we're gonna sound like. So there was like really a concept other than that we like heavy music, we like kind of like the jet sound, but also with like kind of a dark vibe with like you know, layers of like synth and pads and stuff like that.
I would say, like, if I were to choose a concept for any of them, like Bitter Ends and New Beginnings was us moving on from a hard part of that life, and you know, moving on from just going from your 9 to 5 to actually just doing music all the time. Means to an End to me is like the end of a chapter and the beginning of, you know, this new chapter with Artery, with everything, with going out and doing what we actually love to do, like we're doing now.
Anyone else want to comment on that, or? Okay, so you guys are about halfway through the tour right now. How has the trip thus far been?
Pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, when we were heading up to Colorado, we literally almost died by sliding off a cliff. We were about a foot away, and the wheel just somehow turned even further, and it stopped.
Them good
On
energies.
ice. Yeah,
The
we think it
force.
was some positive energy or something, or possibly his stuffed animal Rico.
Something
probably
higher
Rico.
than us.
But yeah. And then like last night, Farmington was probably the highest point. The crowd was insane. I mean, wall to wall craziness. Just everyone was moving and like singing our parts, and you know, merch sales were great. We had this. And Colorado was really cool too. I mean, our friend Violet made us this canvas thing, and we brought it to Farmington, and they signed it, and it just added to this whole, like, just such a good turnout that night, last night.
Yeah, the show was really personal last night. I liked it. It was a good time.
You guys played at Identity. I've been there a couple of times, and just the energy there is just amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
mean,
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
it reminds us back home of this little place that we used to play at called Scrappy's, and it's just this really, it's like a community place, you know. People go there to do like arts and crafts and other things, like, you know, non-profitable organizations, and it's just like kind of family feeling, you know. It's like you're jamming in someone's house, and everyone's there to just see you and have a good time.
Cheer you on, and you know, it's amazing, humbling feeling. You can, like last night we played on the floor,
Yeah.
and they were so close that you could just be like, hey, let's mosh together, let's
People,
jump together.
people were together with us, right there next to us. You know, it couldn't get any more personal than that.
So, other than the cliffhanger in Colorado, what's the craziest thing on the tour that's happened, or the funniest thing?
We need to not talk about it. But pretty much, during the first part of the tour, we decided this was a kick-ass show in Riverside, so let's go to the bar afterwards and let's celebrate.
This one.
And all in all, a few of us drank a little too much, and we got kicked out of the place that we were offered to stay at. And one of us woke up asking, where the fuck are we? And simply,
We were halfway to Vegas.
Yeah, because I just decided to go to the band because I was done, and I was exhausted.
You don't need to
and-
explain it anymore.
and we were in Riverside, and then I wake up, and we're in like just
almost to Vegas.
nothing. There's just nothing, and it's like super windy, super cold, and I'm like, this is like The Hangover, man. Like, what's going on right now?
Yep.
I had zero sleep that day. When we drove from Riverside in the pouring rain to maybe, I don't know, 60 miles outside of Riverside.
A few of us lost our shoes.
Phones.
2 of us lost our phones.
It was intense. But
It was
fun.
crazy, but it's a funny story to say back home.
Yeah.
Kind of something that's just getting swept under the rug.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to a more positive topic.
That was alright. That's pretty funny.
What are some of your influences that you guys feel are strongly put into the band as far as other bands or just people in general?
I mean, I think as a whole, we kind of just take from everything that we've experienced in life. But as we are each different, parts of the music, like I'm the vocalist, bassist, I think we all have our own kind of elements that bring it. To me, it's just like some of the singers that I've gotten very influenced by is like Anthony Green, Chris Rotter from like Moth the Flames, Johnny Craig from Slaves, and it goes on. Spencer from Periphery, and just so many other bands that the vocalists have just really pushed me, and I kind of.
We're all very sympathetic and empathetic to where we feel what other people feel, and we're able to take from our own personal and from what other people are going through, and we just take it and we just give it out.
And I play guitar and stuff, so some of my guitar influences are some dudes like Tosin Abasi, crazy shredder.
Yeah.
All the dudes in Polyphia are crazy cool, they're sick. Lexi Liho, he's in Children of Bodom. He was my god growing up. I was obsessed with everything about him.
I think everyone went through kind of a Children of Bodom phase where it was just
Yeah.
You have
holy
to.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Super epic.
I am still just idolizing him. He's crazy. And then I have to give a shout out to Angel Vivaldi out there and Charles Caswell, X Reflections, now buried alive. Those two are my homies and they've taught me a lot. So I much respect for them.
And as for me, just always being surrounded by music, thanks to my dad, quite honestly. If it wasn't for him, I don't know what I would have been raised on. I mean, I popped out of the womb listening to White Zombie and Pantera and Tool and AC/DC, Metallica, all from that to growing my own sort of thing, especially the whole entire new metal era with Limp Bizkit sounds, all the way up until metalcore and deathcore and all those core things became a thing. And I don't know, just being self-taught on guitar, I've always grasped to music. It's always been a fallback. It's always been something that's always had my back. So it's something I always would and will continue doing. That's just it.
And I went from Sting, U2, Clearwater Creedence to Limp Bizkit and Rage Against the Machine, and then I started listening to what Maddie was listening to, and then I got to know Bring Me the Horizon and Meshuggah, and I got introduced to this type of music, and I fell in love with the energy of it and the power of it, and it's just I could get into this. I could really get into this.
You could really show something that's raw, that's not in a book, it's not always played. You get to form something new and catch people's attention. It's great.
And the final question is, what are your plans for the rest of 2016?
You got a lot of stuff planned.
Yeah, everything that's gonna happen we can't really say yet, but there's definitely gonna be more touring, and probably, I want to say maybe this year we'll start the full length. Not exactly sure, but we don't stop writing, and so we already have a handful of songs that we're super stoked about that are actually what is kind of, now that we've grasped what we are and what we want to do, actually has a concept to it. So we're really excited to just get back to work and produce a masterpiece.
Well,
drinks lots of water,
Mm-hmm.
work hard, don't give up.
Always have clean socks on tour.
Always,
Always
underwear.
have clean socks.
always have clean socks.
Don't fart in the van with the windows down, with the windows closed.
Sorry.
I was about to say windows down. That's what you're probably
Yeah.
aiming for.
Yeah, you want
No,
that,
Dutch oven, come on.
especially in a hot parking lot, a hot Walmart parking lot.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
fart in the car.
Walmart's your best friend, just don't get kicked out. I mean, we haven't yet, but
Still got half the tour left.
don't.
We got high hopes.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll make it.
Yeah, we'll make it.
Thank you to Franklin for putting this tour together. He's done a really good job. I mean, his first go about this tour, he's done a really good job with all the dates.
Yeah, first tour manager we've had that's definitely just had his stuff together and has just been executing it without flaw.
Thank you for that delicious dinner, man. It was so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I was kind of jealous. I saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
yesterday.
Thank you for that
If
bottle of
anybody
sake.
is in Farmington, go to Tomo's. That place it will blow your mind.
Tomo and Farmington, New Mexico, man.
There's a couple places in Denver you should go to too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, thank you all for coming out and seeing us and stuff like that. We really enjoy the support, and we want more people to come and say hi because I mean we're friendly people.
And thank you, Ben, for interviewing us. We
Not a
appreciate
problem.
it.
Always a pleasure.
We always love the press.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else to comment, once again, this is Message to the Masses. Their new EP, Means to an End, is out everywhere digitally. Stream it on Spotify, get it on Amazon, Apple. I don't think there's much more to that.
That's it.
All she wrote.
Shameless product placement.